Come on back to Nightcall, where we're trying to solve a murder whilst trying to still keep our job as a taxi driver. I'm really enjoying this series.
Trigger warning. Mature content in the beginning of this video.
Also, I have been kind of slacking on getting out there and doing Lyft drives, but I do plan on restarting up Saturday nights of doing Lyft again. You start whistling, whistling some song that's been in your head since you woke up, though you don't know why. Sounds about right with my wife singing in her head, and sometimes me. It's going to be a long night. You get up quickly, and a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. Night 3. Alright. We did say that we do need to increase our income before we check out these, just in case we gotta buy anything or bribe anybody. So, do we have a lead on the map right now? Oh yeah, I forgot I can zoom out. No, we do not. Okay, so let's focus on income for right now. How about her? She looks interesting. Okay, that's a decent fare. Need to go to Saint Owen? I think that's... No, not refute. My brain is not working at all today. Okay, now we have a lead. Now that I refused by accident. Let's go to the lead, I guess. You slow down a bit. You've just been hit with a migraine. What the hell? You crack your window. Ice prison air fills the cab. You need to rest. You need coffee. You need to close your eyes. Just a minute. One tiny minute. You don't need to sleep. The fuck? You raise your head and see yourself sitting in the back seat. What the? Okay. Your gut clenches. No, it's more like someone is pulling your guts out. Yeah, I look like shit, I know. No surprise considering all the crap I eat, right? He smirks. Or maybe it's just a smile. You can't quite tell. I've just got one thing to say. It won't take too long. You'll be able to get back to defending the weak. Yeah, defending the weak and the poor right after. And maybe clean up your reputation and that pretty face of yours. It occurred to me. Since your wife left you, you haven't gotten laid, have you? That must be hard on moral. Huh. I mean, there were opportunities. There was Kenneth, Ken, that her name? The nurse who changed your bag of piss? Who lets out a snicker. Or that chick you never called back. What was her name again? I don't know, don't answer. Please. Not answering. I'm trying to avoid the subject. You know very well who I'm talking about. Go on. His voice gets quieter, sounds far away. Say her name. What's the name of the girl you never called back? Say nothing. Your silence seems to be getting on his nerves. He sits up and scolds you. Stop fucking with me, asswipe. I know you. I know you know. He bares his teeth. Go on. The shape leans towards you. The smell of stale cigarettes coming off of it fills your nostrils. I don't get a choice now. Okay. Julie? Yes, say it louder. Julie. Exactly. He smiles. Julie. Julie. Pretty Julie. When was it? 5 months back? 6 maybe? Something like that. A passenger, a smile, numbers swiped in the taxi. A coffee. Her haircut a bit too short. But you're into short hair, aren't you? You like it when they look like dudes, don't you? Shut up. Calm down, I'm just kidding. Bits and pieces of the coffee date start to reforce. Resurface. So what? So why didn't you call her back? Really, she left you messages. The last syllable hangs in the air. Syllable hangs in the air. She wanted to see you again, Julie. Why? The last syllable shimmers. She wanted you to keep conversating with you. Julie. Excuse me. The last syllable burns. Oh, truth. Leave me alone. Say nothing. Say nothing. He watches you in silence for a few seconds, then starts talking again. He separates each syllable. You can not hide. You can't. I'm on you 24/7. Now you are going to listen to me, man. As soon as you finish doing your thing with the cop, you're gonna call Julie. And you're going to be cringe. Stop using that kind of language. What kind? What did I say? You know exactly what you just said. You... Yeah. Y'all can read this if you want. This is kind of a bit triggering. Shut your fucking mouth. His guttural laugh grates on your nerves. Let me tell you why you don't have the balls to call Julie back. Because that Julia, she was smarter than you. Because you know she's gonna talk about shit you wouldn't understand. Because you're too stupid. This posture shifts. It's almost in principle, but it's like he is melting into the back seat. You're too stupid. You lose your temper. You turn around to scream at him. Just shut the fuck up already. He has vanished. You're alone in the cab. A truck passes you. The sounds of the city slowly come back to life. In metro in the distance, a party on the first floor of the nearby building. You turn the car on, but let your fingers linger on the key. The metal is neither warm nor cold, just reassuring. You stay like that for a second before driving off. Okay. So that was an interaction with ourselves going insane. That's lovely. Any more crazy leads? No? Okay. Let's pick up this passenger. Hopefully if there's decent. This is refuse, Rue. This is accept. I need help with the delivery. Okay, let's go ahead and help you. The passenger who sinks into the backseat is one of the parties of stylists you almost always hit at red lights. Who sinks into the backseat is one of the 40s. Okay. He's a bike carrier, the kind who pays no attention to red lights, stop signs, or right of the way. He gives you a smile. Holy shit, it's flipping freezing out. You smile. Do we know each other from somewhere? I don't think so. I probably just cut you off on my bike or something. Yeah, considering what I just read, you probably did. Or maybe maybe it was me, maybe I changed lanes without signaling. You both burst out laughing. She gives you an address. It's for a delivery, but it's too cold. I can't seem to get warm. You start the cab and turn the heat too high. Warm air fills the car. The young woman nods. Thanks, that's exactly what I'm here for. She closes her eyes as if to enjoy the muffled hum of the heater. I hope you don't mind. There was no way I was going to get back on my bike. Left it behind with my colleague in front of the restaurant. She sighs. I know I'm pretty counterproductive paying for a cab ride to deliver food, but all the warm air, it feels good. Leave her alone. How's work going? The young woman is struggling to stay awake. Pretty good, though. I had a run-in with one of my colleagues tonight. He shudders. He's a real know-it-all, the kind of guy who thinks he's been there, done that. The work itself is pretty good, though. In the winter, we do a lot of business. People stay holed up at home like rabbits. I have to say, I understand them. I don't understand them. He yawns. I'm warming up, but I sure am tired of all of a sudden. She closes her eyes. Sorry, we're already here. You pull up to the address. Right, back to work. You deliver the girl as quickly exits the cab, slamming the door behind her. She rings the door of an elegant Harrison building. A moment later, the door cracks open. The carrier hands her a client a plastic bag with takeout containers inside. She smiles. The door shuts. She rushes over to the cabin and flings herself into the back seat. Come on, let's get out of here fast. What the fuck happened? You start the cab. Back to the restaurant, please. I left my bike there. Well, that's that. Her phone chirps. Business is picking up. She sighs. But yeah, I think I'm going to wait a little. Check it later. She settles comfortably into the back seat and closes her eyes. Is your customer nice? Have you been doing this for a long time? What are you delivering. Say nothing. She needs a rest. You say nothing. 10 seconds later, she's fast asleep. She's dressed like a dozen of other delivery people you see around. She is in her early 20s, peddles 40 hours a week, probably makes less than you. Sounds about right. Doing food deliveries doesn't pay all that great when it comes to Uber Eats and DoorDash. You couldn't have done a job like that. Solitude, it's not your thing. Strange for a cab driver. Her head bobs, then snaps back up. Slow down. You slow down and avoid making sharp turns. The young woman in the back seems to be in a deep sleep. You sometimes wonder about those self-driving cars. You love driving, of course, but it would be nice to take a break every now and then. Your passengers say something, her voice still slurred by sleep. Are we almost there? We're almost there. Great. That was a nice little nap. Thank you for letting me sleep. Thank you, really. I know old road hands like us would understand each other. He yawns. The truth is, I'm bushed. Sure, I work like a dog and all, but... He sighs. Nah, I shouldn't complain, really. At least I can take it easy on my bike. There's no one to really mess around with me. She lets out a silvery laugh. It's very soothing in tone. The laugh of someone someone you can trust. Do you really like what you do? What you do before? Do you really like it? Yeah, I do, absolutely. Sure, we don't earn much and the job is really exhausting, but... First of all, I have a killer ass. Okay. My dates can't believe it. Guys are really crazy about it. All the girlfriends want to know my secrets. Basically, it's a win-win situation. But second, and this is what I really love, I'm my own boss. I mean, she's not wrong there. A faint smile spreads over her face. Well, I do have a boss, actually. My telephone is an algorithm. Some guy calls me every now and then, asks me questions, asks me to take on more shifts. But he doesn't grab my ass. He doesn't waylay me in the corridor. He doesn't ask me to be a good little girl and go pick up his sandwich. And that makes it all worthwhile. She looks serious as if she had just concluded a long speech. So that, my friend, is why I wouldn't trade in my bike for all the world. Is the money good? Any perspective for the future? Let's go with the second one, because we already know the money ain't great. No, you're right. Not much as far as prospect go. It's not like I'm going to be made team manager or anything, that's for sure. But it's nice, but it's not all that bad. There are worse jobs around. Silence. And I know what you're going to say. I'm being exploited, badly paid, all that, but the worst part is actually the customers. You look at her and it's just a surprise. No, I swear it's true. You deliver their dinner because they're worn out after working all day, and they don't even tip you a single euro. Been there, done that, hate it. Still, they were understanding and all that. They give me articles about all the big bad delivery business abusing us. And then they order sushi from a restaurant down the street. Never trust a stomach. Never trust stomach. She makes a little farting sound with her mouth. Believe me, a bunch of cheapskates. She stops you with a gesture before you can speak. But all that is just for the time being, promise. I'm putting a little aside, like my father always said. I'm going to open a Tokyo food truck. Have you ever had Tokyo? Tokiyaka. You pull up to the restaurant and swarm of bike horses are waiting for their orders. A swarm of bike carriers. My bad. I think I have. I just don't remember. So I'll go with no. It's especially from Osaka. Yeah. The specialty from Osaka. Octopus fritters, but not just any fritters. My grandmother's recipe. It's basically a pretty simple idea. Sell them to people lined up for concerts, movies, plays. She smiles. Anyhow, I'm out of here. There are a lot of starving people in Paris, and we don't want to let them down. She hands you the fare and exits the cab. Thanks again, really. You're a good company. If you ever need a shortcut, just ask. He gives you a last smile, then walks over to her crew. Considering her income, not too bad. Any leads on the map? Nope. Screw it. Let's go ahead and check out. Oh, nope. Oh, buddy, he's here. A sign of and the street informs you something important happened. Okay. Decent income. A lot of time will pass, but I think it's worth it. And plus, it's part of our investigation. I think after this one, we'll go check out the thingambobbers, the eye icons. Door opens. It's Harvey. He greets you with his laser verbal tick as usual. Bizarre verbal ticks. Hey, good to see you again, Jen. Hi, Harvey. You start the engine. Your passenger keeps looking over his shoulder, clearly worried. Is everything okay, Harvey? Yeah, sure, no worries. His voice trails off. He seems to be collecting himself. It's just there's a cop on my tail. Jail. A cop? Has anybody come around asking about me? What do you mean? You know, like from the crime squad. Nah, nobody's been talking to me about you. That guy's been driving me crazy, asking all those questions, digging up my past, you know what I mean? Digging up your past? Why is he doing that? Yeah, right, I get it. Why is he doing that? His voice sounds shrill all of a sudden. I don't know, man. I don't know. At first, I thought it was that killer, you know, the serial killer? That he was after me? Or would he be after you? Were you somehow involved in all that? mean, we could be direct, or we could just lean in carefully. I'll be direct. Nah, not really, it's just, I saw the serial killer guy's face. That's big. He pauses just enough time for you brain to process the information. You gotta look at the judge. The passenger gives you a funny smile. I saw him in profile mile. His profile or his face? Profilers. He really needs to clarify that. Profile, but what's the difference? I'm always, excuse me. I was like 50 feet away from him, man. It was like sleeping in an alley just across the street from where, well, you know, he killed the last victim. My stomach hurt, I couldn't sleep, and, you know, I saw him in profile. He had his weird way of walking, sort of hunching over as if he were tired. That's all? Yeah, that's all I saw. He had on black gloves and the streets were dark. I didn't see anything else. He's staring at you. Help you with your investigation? Nice. But why do you care, man? I'm just curious, that's all. I was just asking. I think I saw him too. I was just curious, that's all. Yeah, well, if the cops comes around again, you tell him to fuck off. I'm not going to tell the police anything, not a damn thing. A note of anger has crept back into his voice. Goddamn cops, they're never there when you need them. I sure as hell ain't going to help. Yelp. They can come kick sick. He looks away, furious. You keep quiet and focus on the road. All of a sudden, your passenger gives a seat back in front of him a thumb. A thump. Hey, stop right here, near. You slow down and pull over as soon as you can. Okay, I'm out of here. Is everything alright? Yeah, sure, no worries. Just a little business to take care of. Door opens, then closes, and Harvey vanishes into the darkness. You open the window on your side. You're dying for a cigarette to relieve the pressure. You calm your racing heart. You take a deep breath, then drive away. And of course, no profit, but we've got further into the investigation. Okay, so he's seen the face. And dark gloves, and more or less just a silhouette, and he has a hunch as if he was tired. Let's check out this. From outside the motor parents gun store, looks like any other shop. A plain direct front window, sliding doors. But inside they sell handguns, machine guns, knives, and even grenades. Holy shit, dude. It's your first time here, but you've already had its owner in your cab. The store opened really early so that patrons can come train at the shooting range. As you walk up to the counter, you hear the distant noise of gunshots under your feet. It's an unsettling experience. Can I help you? It's the owner speaking, an old woman with a hunchback. She's been selling weapons since the 70s. She's cheeky in a typical Parisian way, and her wrinkled, curved features across her face. Craters. Ah, it's you. It's been ages. Come closer. You make small talk and eventually you decide to go for it. I have a question for you about a weapon. You slide the photo of the shell across the counter. She looks slowly up at you. Where's the photo from? She's been doing this for years and you doubt you can pull one over on her. A photograph, photographer friend. I took it. Cops. I found her on the ground. The photographer friend. Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. Recoil at the bitterness in her voice. Listen, I'm just looking for more information about this show. I don't talk to filthy liars like you. Get out. She points to the door. It's the police I give. It's the police give it to me. At the police give it. Yeah, and just how did you end up with a police photo? I'm a cop now. I'm a private investigation now. I'm helping them out. You know, perfectly well, this lady never smiles, but something on her face shifts ever so slightly into what might be constructed as a small grin. I'm surprised you were always the type to want to help people out. You particularly ripped the photo out of your hands. You gave her as many details as you can. She thinks for a while. The shop doors open and a woman, probably a cop from her appearance, comes in, greets the owner, and disappears downstairs. When she opens the door, it creaks and the small smell of gunpowder spreads through the shop. It's funny, this doesn't fit with what you told me. The shell is in perfect shape, and you told me the bullets are also completely clean. But it's old ammo, you can tell. There are no scratches, but there are a few oxidization stains, and her voice grows darker all of a sudden, like something had escaped from her. In my opinion, it's from an old weapon, perfectly maintained by someone who knew what they were doing. In light of what you told me, I'd say it's belonging to a cop or a soldier. It could be a family weapon. That's why the other detective that's also retired in the military and is a police officer is a suspect. It's not looking good. It was a police service weapon in the 1970s. Either a cop held it onto it or the guy you're looking for inherited it. That judge there, he's a pro. You raise your head to meet her gaze. Her old bones make that slight shift again. The one that could be constructed as a smile. Oh, she actually. You know, lots of women shoot, and I gave classes if you have any lady friends who are interested. Back in your cab. You glance back at the shop. You don't know how this woman knew that. Anyway, you start your taxi. You have what you need to move forward with your investigation. A coupon for a class on shooting automatic weapons. Okay. So I think we have another suspect. Because yeah, that's kind of suspicious. What do y'all think? On to the second one. And I'm going to have to screw that back into the bloody damn chair again. You park your taxi across from the studio, just a few meters from the two-story building. It's an odd brick place that clashes with the huge concrete behemoth, excuse me, that is Charlie's stadium. Get out of the car and walk to the front door. You knock. You wait a few minutes. Lights come on, and the door finally opens. Marco appears. Marco is a former taxi driver, a strange guy, a bit spicy and different. He's been working at the stadium for a few years now. Well, shit, you're still alive? That's Marco. Like him. I mean, wow. So nice to see you. Even though he stole your wife? Wow. That's kind of fucked, dude. Come in. You want something to drink? Oh, right, you stopped drinking. Cup of coffee? Yes, please. You follow him into the caretaker home. It's pretty nice, despite the mess and filth. He serves you a cup of coffee and sits down at the table. You follow suit. I can never turn down a cup of coffee. The only noise in the room and the TV behind Marco before you came by. He was playing a soccer video game. Fans are singing and clapping their hands. So, what have you been up to? I've been okay. I have some questions for you. Straight to business. He shakes his head. No, not yet, man. Seriously, no. The last time I helped you out, I lost my job, so the answer is no. You have no choice, and you know it. You owe me this much. Marco drops his hand between his shoulders. You start to beg. I'm just telling you, man, I love this job. It's so easy. I get to take care of this stadium that's empty 75% of the time. He sits up roughly in his chair. Behind him on the screen, and the stadium is going wild. I need information on Ronan Besson. He straightens up. Ronan? The coach that got killed by the judge? The very one. He was a great guy. Everyone's turned up. But spit it out. Thanks. Drink your coffee. Yeah, let's play it cool. I hate it when you do that sort of thing. Seriously, it freaks me out. He pops a sigh. This is going to get back to me somehow. There were rumors. Some parents heard he was a little too hands-on with the kids a while back, if you get my drift, but no one ever looked into it. Was it true? I don't know. Nothing. He sighs. A few months ago, Ronan cornered a kid, like, by the showers. You know what I mean? The kid stabbed him in the thigh with a pair of scissors and ran away. The kid's parents weren't sure whether they'd file a complaint. The club director brought Ronan in, and bam, 2 days later, he was murdered. Who else knows this? About the kid? No. No one, I think. Well, maybe some other parents. Don't know. You get up. Thank you, Marco. One last thing. Sure, just to see. One last thing. Give him the name of your suspect. Give him the name of the victims. let's see. Let's go with suspects. You go through the names of the suspects, no reaction. Until you mention Salem. Wait. The kid's parents? They knew a lawyer. He came 2 days before Ronan was killed. It was Salem Waiting, the same guy who's defending that terrorist. Did he meet Ronan? Did you meet him? Meet Ronan? Did you meet Ronan? Did he meet? Yeah, he totally came. He knew Ronan. He was his coach like 25 years ago. Small world. His voice suddenly sounds chilled like. Don't tell anyone where you got this information, okay? Sip your coffee in silence. Don't worry, time will tell. Just to be a little evil. Sip your coffee in silence. Marco looks away. You can really be an ass sometimes. A Vivian noise comes from the TV. No idea what that means. Okay, I've got to run. He walks to the door, mumbling with clenched teeth. Every time I run into you, you jinx me. Every single time. You walk outside and over to your taxi. Door, key, motor, purring. You go back to work. So we've got a lot of information tonight so far. Any more leads? No? Alright. Let's see. Go this way. That's gonna use up time. What's that words? Let's see about this fair first, and then we'll check the radio. It's not the greatest, but it's decent. Join Alice and a Hugger Rocketer. Don't. I can't pronounce it. You pull up to an upland-looking building. It must be an embassy, given the neighborhood. A woman hastens into the cab, dragging a little boy behind her. Clearly, she is angry, whereas her son is smiling faintly, as if proud of what naughty trick he just pulled. She gives you an address, and you start the cab. A dead silence ensures. A few streets later, the woman explodes. I still can't believe it. She's furious. It's unbelievable. She's really pissed. Unbelievable. She's losing it. How dare you do that to us? To me and your father, how dare you? The child doesn't say anything. Do you really want Do you realize what you did, Hugo? Do you realize everything that we do for you? All the sacrifice we make, all the money we spend, all the time we spent getting you to those activities of yours? We are bleeding ourselves dry so you can get an excellent education. And you go around biting your classmates? Dude, why? I mean, I get it. One of my kids had problems with biting, but dude, you're like, how old are you? 8, maybe 9? Just going off of what he looks like. The child wakes up as if on cue. Ayo. I guess he's yelling. I don't know. Stop it. Stop it this minute. I am a werewolf. He's pretending that nothing's wrong and trying to play it off. Sounds like a normal kid. No, you are not. You are a young boy. That's right, a young werewolf. It's not funny, Hugo. You little game doesn't amuse me one bit. And where in the world did you pick up all the bullish nonsense, huh? A video game, is that it? Or a movie? Silence. Answer me, Hugo. A movie. I knew it. And where did you see that movie? Silence. Hugo, answer me when I speak to you. At Paula Emily's house? She makes a small sound in the back of her throat, full of scorn and contempt. I'm not surprised. His parents are in the middle of a divorce. Paula Emily's is my friend. He is not anymore. You won't be seeing him again for that matter. Aww. Please stop making that animal sound, will you? Or owl. Okay. No, I'm not an animal. I'm a werewolf. The cab has left the fancy neighborhood behind and is entering a more working class part of Paris. So you need to make friends with someone more interesting than that little call it Emily. You almost lost it there, Mom. A little too much. The irony and the Irene Ambassador's son, for example, you know, his name is Kevin. Yes, right. The kid you bit so hard he bled. Okay, my kids haven't done that. When you're over all of this, we'll invite him over. I'm sure he's an interesting child and will behave. The little boy starts to laugh. What's so funny? The child doesn't answer. Then stop laughing like that all the time. You look like a moron. Wow, Mom. Why? Why are you... That's a little too far. Oh. Also, he's probably laughing because it's a terrible idea because, he bit the kid. No parent's going to want to have the child that bit your kid over. Just saying. I'm laughing because Kevin is a werewolf too. Is that why you bit him? Now what are you talking about? You know, I bit him. Yep. Kid's imagination. So he's going to turn into a werewolf. Ow! The passenger is shaking with anger. She yells at her son. You stop that right now. You are 5 years old. You're not a baby anymore. Okay, so yeah, this should be accurate for kids' imagination and acting out. When your father gets back from New York, he's going to have something to say about all this. You'll see. You shouldn't get too worked up. Please, ma'am. Play along with the boy. I'm not gonna play along with the boy. You shouldn't get so worked up. I'll go with this one. Excuse me? Did I ask for your opinion? No, but if I feel like yelling, I yell. This is complete madness. A taxi driver telling me how to raise my son. I did not. Yeah, I should have stayed out of it. Stop the car. Here, please. Pull over to the sidewalk. You shouldn't take it that Wait, ma'am. Say nothing. I mean, I'll try. I'll take it however I like. As if you were lucky I didn't report you to your employer. Seriously? The passenger flings a bill your way. Keep the change. She opens the passenger door and advises her son in an icy tone. Take a good look at that man, Hugo. If you don't work hard at school, you'll end up like him. This bitch. Really? She gives her son's arm a good yank. Come on, let's go. They exit the cab and walk away. The little boy looks back at and bares his fangs. Ignore him, imitate him. You know what? Just because. Oh! You show your fangs in return. The little boy is delighted. His mother tells him to hurry. He looks away. You start the cab. I'm sorry, but if she's gonna give me shit like that just because I was trying to help, fuck that. I'm gonna side with the kid. Listen to the radio. Your finger is pointed in front of the cab radio. You're trying to find something to listen to. Let's listen to the news. We happen upon a nighttime news. At one point of the anchor interviews a criminologist and refers to a note found on the crime scene of the third murder. The words "time's up" were used by political opinions of the Argentinian junta. As soon as the news is over, you turn radio off so that the cab is silent again. Okay, that was real quick, but we got added information. Oh. Turn in early or another cab drive. Let's turn in early. At least I'm assuming this is what it is, considering it's like a house. Yep, okay. Housing? You know more about your clients. Check the products menu for more details. Yep. Loss? Balance, profits. What the hell did we spend on? Oh. Because of the clients that didn't pay. Gotcha. And got cut short. You take a few minutes to update your board with your new clues. You're suddenly overcome with the desire to sleep. You close your eyes, press your fingers to your eyelids, and let out a yawn. It's time to get moving on your investigation. Alright. This one. And this one. And now, let's actually look at everything. So we got more information from him. Okay, so Killer Heights, Mester's Crime Scene 2, You Deserve This, Homeless Man, Crime 2 and 3, Victim Wealthy, Killer Wearing Black Gloves. There's another. Stolen wallet. Okay. Got health issues, health scandal, Arrested for breaking an entry. Okay. But that's why they don't want, he doesn't want people looking into his records. Salem. This is the guy that was brought up a couple of times. Fucking molester. Okay. Heights. Molester never arrested. Message on crime scene number 1, justice, killer wearing black gloves. Okay, so he wears black gloves too, alright. I haven't collected a whole lot of information with her. Message on crime scene 3, link to the processes. Known to have tortured prisoners, following of June process. Okay, time's up. Not a whole lot of information on him. Gay in relationship, never have disclosed his information at work. Kept in perfect shape by a professional. He deserves this. Wearing black gloves. Do they all wear black gloves? Okay. He sounds a bit sus considering, one, he's a cop. 2, if I remember correctly, he was in the military, and the weapon of choice is a old weapon. Police gun in the 70s. Kept in perfect shape by a professional. Rare gun used in the 70s, yep. So far, he's kind of lining up. This one. No sign of violence. So this is all lining up with him severely. The height isn't though. Possibly with the heights. Well, they're all kind of close. All right. Yeah, they're all kind of close with the height. So I'm suspecting him for the weapon, and him with what information we learned. Him, I don't know. There's something shady going on with him, Harvey, but I don't think he's the killer. All right, in the night, because that's all the information we got. The phone is ringing and you jump. You're not used to hearing it. No one ever calls you. It must be the Besset. Pick it up. You pick it up. Besset sounds irritated. You there? Yeah. Listen, it's... She pauses. You suddenly hear a ruckus in the background. Probably noise at the station. Besset raises her voice. Anyone got the time? Hey, guys. Anyone? But they're all in the Neanderthals? Here, listen, it's early and I'm wiped out. So are you? I bet. Let's get straight to the point. What do you have for me? In a calm and methodical voice, you start giving her the evidence you collected. You start with the first suspect, the connection to the victim, the rumor, then the second suspect, and so on. A few minutes and you let out a whistle. Not bad at all, seriously. You should come give us a lesson to zombies I work with. Alongside, I have some good news for you. We checked the alibi of one of the suspects I gave you. As you listen to her, you turn to the board and pull down the suspect she's referring to. So it's got to be someone else. She snickers. You know how lucky you are? I'm doing your job for you, pal. Okay. Okay, enough chit chat. I gotta run. I'll call you in 3 days, okay? Understood. Good, good, good. Doggy? Really? I'll call you in 3 days. You'd better have what I need to make a proper arrest. The DA has fangs. We're pretty sure he's going to turn into a werewolf at some point. What's the whole puns with the werewolves? She babbles on for a while. Her voice becomes softer, but just as sarcastic. That would explain his terrible breath. Okay, I'm out. He hangs up. You hold the handset on your ear for a while. You have just one thing in mind: sleeping and forgetting it all. Okay, so who did we take down? Okay, so Harold is gone. All right. Have a heavy hand on your. You wipe your tired face. You pull open the sofa bed, which unfolds with an unpleasant creak. You collapse into the mattress. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. You open your one eye. A fragment of a dream are still lingering. Weird music made you climb in onto the roof of your apartment. You found Bassett and her whole squad there right above your head. Well, that was fucking scary. You get up quickly to forget all that. And a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio for night 4. Alright, let's go ahead and see you. Okay, we got 2 possible leads for information. So Harvey's not a suspect anymore because we got an alibi on him. It looks like we have... Ah, there's the other suspect that we barely know about. But alright guys, that is where I'm going to call it. If you're enjoying the series of Nightcall, please like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future episodes and horror games, indie games, and anything dark regarding video games. So, peace out guys.